Worrell's office is telling WESH to investigate after getting new information in reference to the Pulse nightclub shooting, and because of the tremendous impact the tragedy had on our community, it will look into the matter to determine if there is a need for additional investigation. For years, WESH 2 Investigates has been digging into claims by Pulse survivors that conditions at the nightclub kept victims from finding a safe path out. Less than a year ago, WESH 2 aired an in-depth investigation into these claims, which included first-hand accounts of survivors and public records obtained by our team. And now, a new picture. This one was given to WESH 2 by a survivor's advocate of inside the club, and it appears to prove what survivors told us.
This picture was taken inside the Pulse nightclub by authorities after the massacre in June of 2016. But survivors and victims' family members are only seeing it for the first time 9 years after that horrific night.
They feel like the city's been lying to. I mean, they knew this all along because they were there. The survivors were there.
Zachary Blair is a survivor's advocate with Victims First. He gave WESH 2 the picture after getting it from the city of Orlando through a public records request. He says he noticed the pictures originally released by the city were in chronological order and some numbers were missing. The picture is taken inside a small kitchenette behind the main bar. It appears to show a Coke refrigerator blocking a door leading to the outside patio. The same refrigerator Pulse survivor Jose Diaz-Ubiles told WESH 2 Investigates about in our Life After Pulse special report last June.
And there was another door, but that door was blocked. By me going back, I would say it was like a refrigerator, but it was huge, like it was blocking. But I knew because I could see the outside of it.
So there was a refrigerator in front of the door?
Yes, blocking that door.
Did you try to move it?
I tried, but that's when I noticed I had a shot wound on my right shoulder. Because when I tried to push, I couldn't, and that's when I was like, why can't I, move it? I'm like, I'm a big person. I know I can move this, but I didn't have the strength for it.
Diaz-Ubiles wasn't alone in that room that night. He was holding Luis Omar Ocasio Capo in his arms. Capo was bleeding out after being shot. Because Diaz-Ubiles couldn't move the refrigerator, he says they were trapped and had to wait for police to rescue them. When police did get to them roughly 30 minutes after the shooting started, Luis was alive. Carmen Capo, Luis's mother, traveled to Orlando from Puerto Rico to talk to WESH 2 for our special report. She believes had Luis been able to get out that door or been rescued sooner, he might still be alive.
Y mi hijo tuvo todo el tiempo vivo hasta en el hospital. Mi hijo murió desangrado en el hospital. Mi hijo llegó vivo al hospital. Mi hijo falleció en el hospital.
At the time of our report, this was the only picture WESH 2 had of that room, what was available on the Pulse Tragedy Public Records webpage created by the city of Orlando. It didn't show the refrigerator or the door, but over the years, WESH 2 has repeatedly asked the city about exits being blocked because questions arose almost immediately after the shooting.
12 hours after the worst mass shooting in U.S. history, these texts between Orlando's Fire Marshal Tammy Hughes and Orlando Fire Chief Roderick Williams, quote, "Code enforcement is here. Showed me a picture where the club owner had blocked the exit with a Coke machine. He has pictures."
That is an excerpt from a story WESH 2 did in 2016, just 2 weeks after the massacre. Those text messages also say, when they ask for our records, TJ will have to answer some tough questions, why he did not follow NFPA codes and allow for this person to violate them. It's in our report. After those messages were made public, an attorney for the Palmas told us that door isn't used by anyone, that it wasn't an exit door. This is what the city told WESH 2 about the blocked exits mentioned in those texts. In email exchanges in 2016 and last year, we got the same word-for-word response from the city. We have no indication that exits were blocked. OFD conducts regular exit checks to ensure businesses have the proper life safety measures in place. After a review of fire records, there is no pattern of exits being blocked inside Pulse. This includes the most recent exit check. And last year, the city added to the response saying, further, we are unaware of any documentation that demonstrates the Coke machine was blocking an exit before the incident. WESH 2 also uncovered this body camera video last year, also not released to the public. We obtained it through a public records request. It shows a deputy trying to get into a service alley, but right here, you can see a Coke-branded refrigerator, for years referred to as a Coke machine, blocking what floor plans show as an open walkway. Just this morning, the city told us the same thing, that they have no indication there were blocked exits at the time of the incident. City code would require 2 exits. Pulse had 5 exits to the outside. They also said Florida law prohibits the release of pictures and video that show bodies of victims. They say in February, a member of the public requested specific pictures and agreed to pay to have them redacted.
They stated there's no evidence of blocked doorways, and they said it multiple times throughout the years. And I think they're playing a semantics game, and they're claiming that this is not an exit. But Fire Marshal Tammy Hughes wrote that it was a blocked exit in her text messages the day of the shooting. If the fire marshal considers it an exit, it's an exit.
In July of 2023, survivors and victims' families filed reports with Orlando police hoping for an investigation. In August of 2024, the department closed the investigation into their claims that the former nightclub owners, Rosario and Barbara Palma, were responsible for deaths during the attack, finding no evidence to support charging the Palmas with any crime.
They never collected any evidence. They didn't inspect the building. They didn't even interview survivors in any way about these issues and about their own experiences. It was totally superficial.
Blair says the survivors are once again calling on the state attorney to open an investigation.
WESH 2 also reached out to the Palmas, who told us because of pending litigation, they are unable to comment.